Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think most of you here know me, but the few who don't, let me introduce myself. My name is Richard Bell, Liberal Member of Parliament for Derby. Recently elected, my first term of office, in fact. And for my sins, General Secretary of the Amalgamated Society of Railway Servants, commonly known as the ASRS. Now, there's been a lot of unnecessary talk here tonight, especially by bearded foreigners and their daughters, on the question of building a separate party for working people. A so-called Labour Party. They are but a small, isolated, sectarian group of mainly middle-class intellectuals whose sole purpose is to disrupt the smooth running of long-established trade union procedures. They try to bring politics into everything. And speaking as a member of Parliament, I'm sick and tired of it. Come here. Hello. Well, what have you Welsh workers been up to now? Strike? You're behind this? What? What do you think this society was formed for? Have you never heard of collective bargaining down there? Sheep shaggers? Excuse
me, sir. You're wanted in court.
In court?
Pray be upstanding for his lordship, Justice Wills.
Right, 10 years!
No, Your Honor.
Yes. Well, I sentence you to be hanged by the neck until you're dead.
No, Your Lordship.
Your Lordship.
What is it, then?
We are suing for compensation in respect of what took place in South Wales on the occasion of a strike which occurred among the servants of the Taff Vale Railroad in the month of August in the year 1900. And it's all your fault!
We want shorter hours, proper wages, evening hour for all trades, and a 60-hour week.
There are 24 hours in your day, and all of them belong to me. Now get out! You wait. The mountain, come here. You want better wages. Right. First, the good news. Promotion plus 2 shillings a week and a new signal box. Now the bad news. The signal box is 16 miles further up the line. Take it or leave it.
Stick it.
Mr. Ewington, you are a signalman, aren't you? Well, read this.
Is the court being given to understand that this generous prospect of promotion was rejected by this signalman Ewington?
Yes, I'm afraid that is so. But I'm sure the court will, however, catch the drift of my meaning when I say to the court that there were, however, mitigating circumstances.
Mitigating circumstances? What were they?
Well, Ewington did claim that with 10 children and a wife who was ill with her nerves, extra travel would break up his home. And he did claim that the worry of it all made him fall ill for some 8 weeks with rheumatic fever. So that when he did return to work, he discovered, not surprisingly, that his new job and his old job were both filled.
This is the most diabolical case of victimization. If this meeting believes that Ewan has been victimized,
recognised, then it should pass a resolution emphatically protesting against his dismissal. Elect the committee now to go forward and demand his reinstatement.
I'll take nominations. Thank you, and seconded.
If they refuse to meet this committee, then you should hand in your notices in support of the demand. If we allow the company to defeat us again, then I tell you men, with a scut like Beasley, he will only take it as a signal to crush the life out of you. It's up to you, brothers, to decide.
If we allow Brother Rewington to go to the wall, a man who's fought for the union all his working life, it would be unworthy of trade unionists. We'd be branded as cowards forever. I move we demand his reinstatement along the lines of Brother Holmes. Put it to the vote. All those in favour? Against? I declare a motion carried.
Did you authorize that meeting, Mr. Bell?
I did not.
Did you agree with the decision?
I did not. I thought it was a decision that could only aggravate the employer further, and I informed the party concerned at the time.
Why then did you not instruct your district organizer, Mr. Holmes, to leave Cardiff?
I have no right to interfere in a decision that was the men's.
Even though you disagreed?
That's correct.
What did you do?
Well, naturally, I proceeded at once, post-haste, in an orderly fashion, by first-class compartment, to Cardiff, in order to initiate negotiations with the employer to bring the old dispute to a speedy and mutually satisfactory conclusion. Leave it to me, lads. No confrontations, negotiations. Man to man, I'll talk to him. Good afternoon. Richard Bell here, Liberal MP for Derby and General Secretary of the ASRS.
You can stick the ASRS up your ARSE. Now piss off!
Damn for the have-nots. I've thrown in my lot with the haves. Jesus, he spoke in a vision. In God's word, the truth I have found. He said, don't have faith in a shilling, but rather have faith in a pound. There's nothing I hate more than unions. To smash them is now my life's aim. If anything's wrong with my country, dear God, the unions, they are all to blame. I need you to clear unions from this country So I became Jesus' 13th disciple. Ha ha ha! The working man Judas, that's me. I am the apostle of free labour. Freedom must reign in the land. The boss must be free to smash workers, and I stand at the boss's right hand. My father, he was a policeman. Ha ha! He taught me the good from the bad. And as Jesus obeyed his own father, I follow the footsteps of Dad.
Come for a man whose job is it? Take a man, not a shirt button.
Promise of arbitration to come, lads. Arbitration, lads. Come on. Come on, lads. Come on, lads. Come on. That's it, lads. Arbitration. I'll look after you, lads. Don't worry. Don't worry. Leave it with Richard Bell.
I will take you to court to demand compensation. I speak for every employer in the land. And let me tell you, we've had enough of you and the bastard trade unions. We aim to do you once and for all.
You can't do that. It's illegal.
We'll take you to every court in the land, the House of Lords, if necessary.
We see no reason why a union shouldn't be made to pay through the nose for profit losses incurred by employers during a strike.
It's not our job to say how it can be done, simply that it can be.
Nudge, nudge. Say no more. And not as good as a wink. Not as good as a feast to a blind man. Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Tell the court.
Oh, a little bit of law and order never fails, never fails. Yes, a little bit of law and order never fails, never fails. Oh, a little bit of law and order.
Well, lads, the law's the law. You see, lads, it's very, very awkward for the trade union movement. Oh, we'll get by, lads. They never make it work.
It's the end of striking.
It's the end of picketing.
It's the end of unions.
It's the end of democratic rights. Look, I'm sure the Liberal Party will...
Trade unions cannot defend trade unionism. It's as simple as that. You need a political party. You need the Labour Party.
the steel smelters, railwomen and gas workers were joined by the Amalgamated Association of Operative Cotton Spinners, Amalgamated Society of Carpenters, Cabinet Makers and Joiners, the Furnishing Trades Association, the London Society of Compositors, London United Brass Workers Society, Boiler Makers and Iron Ship Builders, Amalgamated Society of Engineers, Barge Builders Union, Lancashire Textile Workers, Amalgamated Association of Weavers, Associated Society of Shipwrights, Stevedores and Dockers, Builders Labourers Union, Shop Assistants Union, Boot and Shoe Operatives Union. These and many more unions affiliated and built the Labour Party. And in 1906, the first Labour MPs went to Parliament to reverse the Taff Vale judgment.